welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. People have rested, so the case is now with the defense. Your first witness, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I approach the podium?
Sure.
Thank you. I would call Lieutenant Brian Quinn. Thank you.
I'm going to swear you in again because it was a day or so.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. I'm just going to have you state your name, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Quinn.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. As you already know, probably, it's Bill Kolovitz, and of course I represent Marshella Chidester, the defendant. We had an opportunity where questions were asked the other day. You recall that, correct?
I do.
Okay. And you're just very lightly to go over, you interpret traffic crash recorders. What is the fancy name for them, or the actual name?
Event data recorders or airbag control modules.
Okay. All right. And you download it and then you interpret it like you described the other day, correct?
In this case, Deputy Burkhardt imaged the recorder and I read it.
Okay. All right. And then you go by what's recorded the images. Am I correct?
Correct.
And for lack of a better word, it's like the black box of an automobile.
It is.
Okay. When you described before that it was showing moments before impact back on April 20th, 24 at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, moments before impact, Ms. Chidester's vehicle took off. I mean, first it backed up, and it backed up with force, or, driving fast, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then that her vehicle hit a tree, and then also the neighbor's truck, and it knocked down part of a fence or a fence. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then you said, according to the data, the vehicle took off and started proceeding straight ahead in the opposite direction of backing up, and picked up speed, for lack of a better word, and probably didn't stop at all. Is that correct?
Correct.
Until it actually hit the wall, the outside wall of the boat club, and then went in about 25 feet, right?
Well, after it struck the outside wall, it continued in motion until it struck the wall inside of the venue.
Okay. And then you had testified that the vehicle take off from zero when it got back into drive, and then reached speed slowly of about, 42, 43, 44 miles an hour. Is that correct?
I believe at impact it was 44.3 miles per hour.
All right. You know the numbers better than I do, but you live them. And there was no prior braking until, of course, the vehicle hit a wall or hit something that was stationary.
At a complete stop, yes. Prior braking, the image itself showed that there was no braking, but there was a indication on the image that showed part of braking, but also part of 100% throttle.
Okay. And then you had informed me, you were in the hallway, we made small talk for a minute, that when it reaches 70 or more, that's considered what?
Through my training, anything that's 70% or more is considered 100% of throttle.
100%
of throttle.
Throttle, full power throttle.
Yes.
Okay. And there was one stage that you were showing braking and the throttle at the same time. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay. Now, would that be indicative of somebody that's having an attack and they're touching the brake and the gas at the same time?
Objection calls for speculation. Response.
Hold on.
Not you.
In his years of being a patrol officer, I'm asking him in his years of being a patrol officer, has he ever come across that, I guess is what I'm looking at. Do I need, maybe I need proper foundation.
Let's do that.
Okay, thank you. Officer, how long have you been a patrol officer?
Total amount of years is 35.
All right. Right now is it a lieutenant?
Yes,
Okay. How long have you served in the lieutenant capacity?
for 2 years.
And you've never had any, lack of a better word, demerits or anything like that with regard to your job, am I correct?
Oh, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Come across like you never did,
we,
okay.
we call them counseling notices.
Okay, all right, but have you ever had it where you weren't interpreting something properly? Such
No.
as what you're testifying to today?
No.
Okay. And and you've done, I presume, hundreds, if not thousands, of accident investigations. Would you agree with that?
That's fair.
And have you ever had it where somebody is driving and they put the brake and the accelerator on fully?
I've had experience with operators of vehicles where, and everybody's unique, where some people drive with both feet, where that can cause that type of indication.
Have you ever investigated any cases where somebody has a medical issue, such as a seizure, and both feet go to the ground, or go to the pedal area of brake and gas?
I've investigated many crashes where there's medical issues. However, I'm not really qualified to say whether or not of their actions at the time of the crash. I don't know what happened at the time.
Okay, and I appreciate your honesty. We all do in this room. Thank you. But you're sure that looking at those reports over the years of your experience, that it looked like brake and gas was going simultaneously, at least for a second or two?
Not very much. I'll be quite honest, this is the first time I've seen this in a long time.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. As to this case, does the report indicate of your interpretation that the brake and gas, at least for a second or whatever, was simultaneously?
But that's correct, for half a second.
Okay. I don't have any other questions, sir.
Cross?
No cross on that.
All right, may this witness be excused.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you,
Thank you,
Lieutenant. You're excused. Your next witness?
Thank you. I'm going to go out and hold my clients here. It's
All right.
supposed to be here at 1:15.
All right. The name of your witness?
I'm sorry, Kelly Thornton.
Okay.
And that's Thornto.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. Ma'am?
Watch your step.
Would you state your full name for the record, please?
Kelly Ann Thornton.
All right, Mr. Phillips.
All right, thank you, Judge. Ma'am, my name is Bill Calovis, and I represent Marshella Chidester that's sitting at the table there. Do you know her?
I do not personally know her.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you coming here today. The schedule sort of got moved up a little bit because the trial's moving along much quicker. So the only people that are probably really happy is the jury. So I apologize to all of a sudden from Thursday turn into today. Where do you currently work? And I'm told that you have more than one job.
Verna's Bar and Grill.
Verna's? Okay.
I'm a travel agent.
I'm sorry?
And I'm a travel agent.
Okay. And Verna's, and I know you have a cold or you're ill right now. And so thank you again for showing up today. How long have you how long have you lived, or excuse me, how long have you worked for Verna's?
Part-time for about 4 years.
Okay. And like, how many days a week do you work?
2.
Okay. And back on April 20th of 2024, last year, do you remember my client coming into your tavern?
Yes.
Okay. And about what time would have that been, if you recall?
She got there right when I got there at 11 o'clock.
11?
Yes.
Okay. And was she there with somebody or meeting somebody?
Her friends, Brenda and Peter.
Who were her friends?
Brenda and Peter.
I'm sorry, their last name.
I don't know.
Okay. And have you known them for a while?
As long as I've known of her.
Okay. And on that day, how long did they stay there?
About an hour.
Okay. Did they all stay and leave together, or did some stay
I did
later?
not see her leave.
I'm sorry?
I did not see her leave.
Okay. And then what to do is the court reporter will get mad if we talk over one another, because she's got to type it, so I apologize. I'll wait for you, and please wait for me. Do you remember at all what they ate or what my client ate, if she ate anything that day?
I got her a cup of white chicken chili.
White chicken chili.
Yes.
Did she have a sandwich or anything?
No.
Okay. Do you have, my clients informed me that she had a fish sandwich or something, but that may not be true, or you just maybe don't remember?
It was not on her bill.
Oh, okay. And was there any alcohol on her bill, or a pop, or anything else?
1 glass of wine and a water.
I'm sorry?
1 glass of wine and a water.
Okay. And do you have like specific detailed recollection of that day, sort of that moment of her being in there? Do you have a good memory on it?
No.
The best you can?
Yeah.
Okay, now, did you remember that 1 glass of wine and that chili soup? Did you remember that by refreshing your memory by looking at something, or did you have your own independent recollection?
My own independent recollection.
All right. Those are just a bunch of fancy words, but we got to put that on the record. Now the glass of wine, did she just have 1 glass of wine? Did she have more than that? Did she have anything else to drink other than that water you mentioned?
No.
And did she finish the wine?
I don't recall.
There's a report that was made up by, I believe, an officer, and it said that there was still some wine left. Would that refresh your memory, or you just don't
Judge,
have
I'm
it?
going to object. I don't know how she would have any knowledge regarding what's in the police report. Additionally, he's referring to hearsay.
Also assume something not in evidence. The objection is sustained.
Okay, Your Honor. You're absolutely positive that my client didn't have more than 1 glass of wine?
Absolutely positive that I did not serve her more than 1 glass of wine. But there's 2 of us that work on a Saturday morning.
Okay, well, did you see, did there come a time where the police came into the tavern?
Yes.
Okay. About what time did they come in?
6:37.
Okay. Could have it been a little earlier, or you're pretty sure?
Saturdays are busy, so.
Okay. And why did they come in? What did
They
they tell you?
said it could or could not be involved with the boat club.
Okay. And did they like sort of close the place down, or did they come in and have lunch?
Oh, they came and closed us down
Okay. And did they close you down for a while?
that night.
Okay. And did they come in with a search warrant?
They did not give us one.
Okay. Well, who else was working with you?
At night, it was Amber.
Okay. And you don't remember a search warrant?
Nope.
Okay. would have anybody else met them at the door or talked to them that they would have gave any papers to?
It was me and Amber, and we just called Kelly, and she came right over.
Okay. And do you remember that they wanted to look at a receipt of any charges?
We gave them the receipt.
You gave them a receipt
Yes.
of who?
Peter, Brenda's, and hers.
I'm sorry?
Peter, Brenda, and hers, because they were all at the
And
table
hers
together.
is who? Who's hers?
Oh, Marshella.
Okay. And that receipt, was it a charge, cash, or debit card?
She paid cash, but Brenda and Peter paid with card. That's why we were able to find it easier in the computer system.
Okay. And do you recall at all how much the bill was?
No.
Okay. Do you remember what was on the bill that showed proof of purchase?
I don't understand.
The receipt. What was on the receipt?
Water, a glass of wine, and a cup of soup.
Okay. All right. I just, and I apologize, it's just I have to make a record of this for the jury and the judge. And, you know, you may live it and know it, but other people don't. So thank you for your patience. And then did you give the police or the sheriff a copy of the receipt?
Brooke did.
Okay. She made a copy and then she gave it to them.
Well, she printed it off the computer.
Okay. Now, after 11 o'clock and my client left the tavern, Verna's, did she ever come back again that day?
No.
And would you have memory if she did?
Yes, her husband was there about 3 o'clock that day.
Okay. And what was her condition? Well, you said she stayed about an hour?
About an hour.
So she would have left approximately like noon?
Well, her ticket, when we printed it off, said she cashed out at like 12:15.
12:15?
Yes.
Okay. I will presume that's when she left.
Right.
Right, okay. And what type of state of mind, how did she seem? Did she seem intoxicated? Did she seem like you and I are talking, completely, you know, sort of sober or whatever? How did she seem to you?
I told you I did not see her leave. Brooke cashed her out.
Okay, well, how did you waited on her, correct?
When she first got there, yes.
Okay, while you were waiting on her for that approximately hour and 15 minutes, how was her mannerisms? Did she seem like she was drunk, falling down drunk, slurring?
No.
Okay. We weren't there. That's why I'm asking.
No.
And this is important. Okay, thank you. Did she seem like she was intoxicated?
No.
Would you served her if she was intoxicated?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Have you taken any training with the state of Michigan or anything concerning that?
20 years plus.
I'm sorry?
At least 20 years.
Okay. All right. And you're sworn to tell the truth today, and you're saying that she was absolutely not intoxicated when she left your premises that day. Is that correct?
I'm not.
I'm gonna object, because this calls for speculation. She's already given her opinion regarding her state.
I think she has answered it. In fact, she said she didn't see her when she left, but she did say she was not intoxicated when she served her.
All right. Thank you. If I could just have one moment.
saying we'll enter. Okay.
Okay, very good, Judge. Just move it along. And I'm sorry, I was not prepared on that one. Is there, you still work there at
Yes.
Verna's?
Yes,
All right. And who owns it? Is it Kelly? Who?
Kelly Sylvie.
All right. And, well, I don't have any other questions, Your Honor, at this point.
Cross?
Very briefly, Judge. Ms. Thornton, I know this was asked of you a number of times, but you remember Ms. Chidester arriving at 11 o'clock that day, correct?
Approximately, yes.
Approximately, and then she left at approximately 12:15, correct?
I did not see her leave, but that's what time her cash out was.
Okay, gotcha. And do you have any knowledge if she consumed any alcohol prior to coming to Verna's?
No.
Okay, and you don't know if she drank anything after she left Verna's at
Absolutely
12:15,
not.
right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
Any redirect?
Please, ma'am, she just asked you about drinking prior to, that you don't know if my client drank any alcoholic beverages prior to entering your premises, correct?
No, I don't know.
Did she look like she was intoxicated when she entered your premises?
No.
All right, thank you. No other
All right, may this witness be excused?
please.
Hey there, thanks for stopping in. We hope you will join us again. We all look forward to next time. We got to talk about true crime.